How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to what is looking like it's going to be the second to last video of Minish Cap. Today we're going to be going through the entirety of the Dark Hyrule Castle, aside from the final boss. And then I will be getting the final piece of art probably at the end of the video, because I don't feel like doing it now. But if you'd like, you can go ahead and get the final piece of art. You just need to talk to the guy sitting outside that place in Hyrule Town with the locked door. It is just down the road south. So if you feel like getting that final heart piece, go for it right now. Otherwise, just wait until the end of the video, and I'll be getting it before the final boss. Not really much else to collect. 6 figurines and the mirror shield are gonna be coming up probably next video. I don't think I really will have a post-game video at all. It'll just kind of be the credits and then everything and whatnot. So it's a little weird design choice. The fact that you get the mirror shield post-game, there's not really much to use it on. As far as I know, it doesn't really have too many benefits. I've never really looked into it a whole lot, but I've never heard anything really big about it. Fortunate thing now, we do have the great spin attack, so we can kind of mow through all the enemies here really quickly. Even Batty, one of his phases, we can take care of him really quickly. So that's always nice, being able to speed through the bosses. I guess, depending on how you look at it, maybe it's not so nice. You don't need to defeat these enemies. If you'd like to, go for it. Just clean out the castle a little bit. Maybe everyone will thank you later on. Who knows? There's going to be some multiple puzzles that you need to split up for in the castle. And, well, there's only one, as far as I know, that you can cheese. Because I don't think bombs will blow these dudes up. But the way these guys work is you actually have to reflect what they shoot at you back to them, and then that'll destroy them. So you just spam the slash and it takes care of them really easily. And then we can continue on up here. And the first part, like this first section of the video, there's nothing overly difficult in terms of bosses. We faced these floor masters before. There's some wall masters later on as well. And then we have one of these puzzles. Now, these were really classic in the older Zelda games, like, I guess the Oracle games only came out, what, 3 years before this? So, I guess not too old compared to this, but in previous Zelda games, the Oracles, we had these floor puzzles, and you just walk around them and ensure that you don't miss any spots. That one there was pretty easy, just follow the path that I took, and you get through it. Once again with these guys, just great spin attack and move on. Now, this puzzle here, it's, you just gotta time things, and then you'll get through it. I think I failed the first 2 times, but we'll see. Yep, because I knocked my sword there. There's one thing, I wish you could use items when you're split, like you could jump with the Rock's Cape, but I guess that might have been too complicated. Maybe it would have messed some things up with the game. So I can kind of see why they chose not to do that. But it is what it is, you know? So with that out of the way, we got ourselves a key in this chest. And then we can continue on through the castle? Not temple. This isn't really a temple. Head back down here. And then we're going to be heading even further into the basement. But then we're, at the same time, going to be ascending the building, so... I don't know, Vaddy really got creative here. And you see these eyes all over the castle, and as far as I know, none of them trigger anything if you shoot an arrow at them. They're just kind of there for show. So, I mean, you can shoot them if you want to, but nothing's going to happen if you do. Then we've already got the dungeon map. I believe it was last video. Compass will be getting this part. And then there is no dungeon item. The only thing this place has is the compass, map, and then the boss key. And then here comes this little horrendous puzzle of tragedy. I'm not quite sure how you do this one. You'll see what I did to complete it, though. I think this is how you're supposed to do it. Just kind of one on top of the other on each side. But then you gotta be careful with your timing. So there, I goofed it up. Then once we got that taken care of, we can head on past these pillar things, and then mow all these suckers down. You might be wondering, there's no bombable wall marked. That may be true. You might want to shoot these, like I thought to do. That does nothing. When you look at the map, you see there's room to the left, and you're wondering, how do I get there? Well, you just keep using bombs until you find the hole, like I did. And then we were in this room in the previous video, so nothing else to do in there. And then there's just random spike traps in this room, even on the top, which maybe Fatty thought someone would try and break through the wall. I don't know. And here comes the only mini-boss in this section that really gave me trouble. Because we're going to be fighting a lot of Darknuts here, and even the hardest Darknut, I somehow did way better against. Not too sure how you're supposed to fight these guys, because if you jump over them, he just turns around, so maybe when he lunges, that's your time to attack. Like you roll out of the way and then slash him, maybe. But I don't like how this game did the scroll abilities. Like in Twilight Princess, you could use those to like easily defeat the Darknuts and whatnot. But in this game, like they don't really do a whole lot. I mean, everything just bounces off the shield. Below the stairs is the way forward, but you can go ahead and look in this room if you'd like. Get yourself a compass. And we can head on down the stairs. I think this was the no, this wasn't the throne room, was it? I don't know. But I like Hyrule Castle always has these like dank basements. Always so filthy and ugly. You'd think the castle would have a better basement, but no. Doesn't in this game, doesn't in Twilight Princess, doesn't in A Link to the Past. They're just cursed with terrible basements that are full of enemies and rats. And then once again, if you encounter these guys, you can just use the boomerang, and then they'll give you fairies. Now here comes the fun part. We get to use these little whirlwinds to get across the roof, and for some reason there's clouds below us. I don't really know how that works. I don't think you can do anything about those statues. You can take care of the moblin like I just did. Maybe with precise timing you could take care of these guys, but I really didn't care to after this attempt. Or this one. This one? Yeah. I don't remember going so. Alright, there we go. So, can't jump through that one, so if you land up here, you are gonna have to go back. Because for some reason, Link cannot jump. There's an invisible wall. At least when he jumps. So we'll just head on this way. And I don't understand why they didn't disable the cloud, the shadows up here. Because this is supposed to be the ground below us, but unless it's just this foggy, but there's clouds, so I don't know. I don't understand what the perspective is supposed to be. And then we have this little nightmare. Like I said, the split puzzles here are some of the worst I've seen. And for some reason, if that little one gets barely nudged on the end, Link just starts running like a chicken. Who knows why. But it is what it is, you know? And finally, once you make your way past the horrendous lava thingy, you can push this block down, head through here, and then we're going to be scaling the side of the castle some more. Take care of these. I think they're Keatons, if I'm not mistaken. They look like Keatons. And back to the whirlwinds. I always love Eslo's face when he's carrying you up like this. So funny. Looks like a little thingamajig. Just make sure you time your first jump first. Make sure you time your first jump. Because if you time it incorrectly, you're gonna keep getting hit by all these little cannonballs of doom, and you don't want that. There's nothing to do in that room, so we'll head back on out here and then take care of these dudes. Don't need to, of course, but they deserve to die for how many times they've attacked Link. And I don't know how much damage the spin attack sword beam does. Doesn't seem like it does too much, but maybe it does. Maybe it does a whole ton, and I just don't know. And we do have the option to go to the left, but there is nothing over there, so I don't know what I don't know what this is supposed to showcase, because we will be going to that room later, but I don't know what the point of the bridge is. Maybe it was there previously? I don't know. And we could just cheese that puzzle, I believe, with a bomb, but otherwise it's easy enough that you can just line yourself up like so. Because even I lined myself incorrectly and still end up hitting everything. Like so. This looks intimidating as crap, but unfortunately we do have the great spin, and they go down pretty darn easily. So now it's time for the little, I guess, gauntlet area, which we're going to be fighting a lot of Darknuts. At some point. I believe there's puzzles you have to do first. So we'll do that as soon as I figure it out. So this is my third time playing through this game. Played through once on 3DS. I did a practice playthrough before this, and this is the third. And, you know, I've really enjoyed it. It has been an exciting experience. It's not my top 5 Zelda games, though, but I've really enjoyed it, you know? I think that's kind of been happening with all of the Zelda games now. Once you play them again, when you're older, you really start to appreciate them a bit more. And I think that's kind of what happened with this game as well. Because when I played through Minish Cap, I believe I was like probably 12 or 13 at first, and I think I finished it when I was around 18 or so. And I'm currently 24, about to turn 25 in a few months, so I've definitely changed my perspective on how I see things, you know? And I think my biggest complaint with this game, it would probably be the bosses. They don't feel like they have like any reliable dodging methods. You just kind of have to wing it and pray you don't get hit, which for some of them it feels like you can't even avoid being hit. Like, it seems like you're always going to take the hit no matter what. And I don't know, I think the bosses could have been done a bit better with leniency. Maybe even, I don't know, just something that gives like Link invincibility frames or something. Like, it's weird though, I don't think the world really has invincibility frames. If anything, it's maybe during like the first frame of rolling, because otherwise it doesn't seem like you really have much invincibility going on there. And our only other option of defense is the shield and Rock's Cape, I suppose, but we get Rock's Cape so late on, it's such a late point in the game that it doesn't really matter too much. Sure, it can be helpful with Vaddie, but still, even with Vaddie, like, you have to split up, and I don't know, I feel like there could have been improvements. There's some dodging mechanics and whatnot. And this is the hardest Darknut in the game, which I somehow managed to take no damage from and defeat very easily, so I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did so. I'm just that skilled, I guess. So here comes the point where we're going to have to facing a lot of Darknuts. So you can find them in any order, and what they all lead to is a treasure chest which will contain a key. Now, since we already have the big key, we don't have to worry about the big key. I was thinking this is the House of Wind still, excuse me. And also that seems to make sense. But all these chests lead to the boss key, not big key. I didn't do too terrible against these guys with the Great Spin, realizing that. I thought I did much worse, but only 3/4 of a heart? I can live with that. So here's our first little challenge room. The goal is to light up all the candles in one rotation or so, and not to miss one, otherwise you're going to have to relight them. Alternatively, it might just be easier, which you'll see me do in a second, I believe, to leave the room and then restart it. And the fire thing won't catch up to you, because you have this little time up there to run away, get back some time, and then the door will open, so you can head on up. And I'm going to fight some ghosts. Now, I believe the secret here, or the key to defeating these guys, is just to defeat the correct one, which Great Spin Attack makes them die instantly. So not really a problem. And the fact that we have those anti-fairies in that one room, there's really no way for me to run out of health here, because they keep resetting. That's our first key, so head back downstairs. And then make our way to another room. I wonder if there's any, like, true good uses for the light arrows. I know it's supposed to do more damage, but like, how much more damage exactly? Does it deal more damage than the sword? I don't know, but I feel like the sword definitely does more damage than it did at the start of the game. Which might just be my imagination, but I'm pretty sure there's some upgrade at some point that happened with the sword. I don't know if it was when it turned into the 4 sword or when we got the Quarry Blade. like, we were able to actually swing it around. And then each of these Darknut rooms is going to vary a little bit. There's either going to be 1 or 2, and then if there's 2, it's going to be the 2 white ones, I believe. And if there's 1, it's just going to be the red Darknuts, which are no biggie. And in case you're wondering, the amount of seashells that you need for 100% odds to collect the rest of the seashells post-game, that is going to be 600. So once you get 600 seashells, you can always get a 100% chance of getting the new figurines. Otherwise, you don't really need to do that. You can just get up to probably like 300 or so, and then just keep going the 50-50 route. It's all up to you, because we do have the power of the switch. And excuse me. We can now rewind time thanks to the handy-dandy switch, which makes things a lot more nice. And push this there, that there, this down. Block down here, don't push that block. And I like how bright it appears from up top, but then as soon as you jump down here, it's like darkness within darkness. And then keeps on the chest. So that's 2 keys down, we got 2 more to go. And then a boss key, which is conveniently right behind all 4 keys. Or all 4 locks, excuse me. Now, I have no idea what the point of this room is. I'm assuming it's just for those 2 barrels down there. If you'd like, you can jump off the building. I do not recommend that though, because you will take damage. So I think this is just to get those 2 hearts. Otherwise, you just head back on inside. And push this middle one, or is it the bottom one? So middle one, and then down again. And then 2 more keys to go. And the hardest parts are all out of the way, thankfully. Betty is a difficult boss, but in terms of just like the whole castle dungeon part, the worst of it is fortunately over. And then if you need the hearts, you can just boomerang these guys. Got our health back. So we're all set for those last few Darknuts, as well as the remaining keys. So we're going to head down to this room, use our Rock's Cape to jump up here. I wonder why the name Rock was chosen. I don't know if that has any significance with jumping at all. I would assume maybe it does. Because I've never heard like a rock used to describe jumping unless it was someone's name. Which seems like it would be. But who's this guy named Rock and why does he have a cape and a feather? 'Tis a mystery. Then we can head down here, and then I think this is the puzzle that you don't need to split for. Because the game likes to give you ridiculous challenges, and we ain't gonna take any of that. So, do the spin attack and then bomb, opens up the door. Easy peasy. And I don't know why I didn't keep running there, even though I was lit on fire, unless I just took damage from hitting the whiz rope, which might be the case. And I still ended up falling there. And this Rita decided to hug me. Or Gibdo, excuse me. It's interesting, when you burn the Gibdos in this game, they turn into Stalfos, but when you burn the Gibdos in Majora's Mask, they're Redeads. And I would assume the same is the case in Ocarina of Time. I know you can't burn the Gibdos, but I'm assuming it's a Redead underneath as well. So I wonder how that works. Like, is there some sort of process they go through that changes them from a Gibdo to a Redead? Or, I mean, a Stalfos to a Redead? Is a Stalfos just a Redead without its skin? I don't know. That takes care of those guys. Easy peasy. I wonder if there's any like super cool strats you can use to defeat those guys, like they use bombs and arrows and the Gust Jar and just like blowing up the Darknuts or something. I don't know. And this puzzle looks more complicated than it is. I would say the Oracle games like did the best job of making these puzzles really complicated. As well as there's one in, there might have been a few in Link's Awakening, but I think the Oracle ones were the most challenging, if I'm remembering right. And then for some reason there's more of these wisp thingies. Just great spin attack them. And then we'll get ourselves our final key, which is just gonna be in the room coming up. So take care of those dudes. Don't need to kill, like, you don't need to kill any of them, but we need to clear this castle out because all these minions, they don't belong up here. And for some reason all the guards like disappeared and whatnot. It is what it is. This is the only stocking room you're gonna find up here, so if you're low on goods, you can get them here. We do have the 90 upgrades for everything, or 99 upgrades for everything, so you really shouldn't need anything extra unless you just really feel like filling up your items. Otherwise, we'll just head up here, get the last key, head back down the stairs, and I believe we're gonna take the portals to teleport back. Or no, we're gonna use the portals because we need to get the final heart piece. So go ahead and do that. Feels like I'm suddenly developing a cold or something. Maybe it's some allergies because I don't really have a sore throat. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. And for OCD's sake, I decided to push the switch there. Head on through this room, I believe. I don't know. Was it up? Maybe it was up. The reason that I always choose to post-commentate these, because I don't know if I would like ever know what to say when I'm playing, because I'm just, like, I barely know what to say now, as it is, and I don't know, I don't know if that would be like a super good idea, me trying to talk and play at the same time. Maybe someday I'll do a live commentary thing, but not today. Then we're gonna collect the boss key, and then last thing to do this video is get the final piece of heart. So this is where we need to head, talk to this guy, and he'll say, "Whoa, you did it! I can't believe you did it! This is totally a complete set. Incredibly awesome, you have legendary Karlov medal." Except we don't have the Karlov medal, which is weird. That I wonder if it was originally intended that you had the Karlov medal, but we don't, and he just thinks we do. But he's letting us into his house for some reason, and we're gonna steal all his stuff. And you'll notice right away, he does not have a bed, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why it always looks like the interiors have doors open when they don't. And then our final piece of heart. And you might be wondering, what is this up here? Well, it's to play tunes in this game. Just go through them quick now. But I think I'm gonna end the video off. I think a lot of these sounds are really peaceful and calming. I was trying to get the Cave of Flames to play, but I couldn't figure out what track number that was. I don't know if it's even in here. Well, it should be, because it's, I think there's like 30-something tracks or 50-something tracks in the game. I don't know. But I think there's only 22 or 20, 24, 25, 26, 27. I don't know how many tracks are in this thing. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Next video will be completing the game. I want to thank you all for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day.